Oh, hey, I didn't see you there. Hello. Welcome. My name's Timothy, Mimothy, Kimothy. Alright, so I've just finished editing my first video for YouTube, right? So last night I got a Final Cut Pro. I made the purchase finally. I've actually wanted it for about 6 months. So obviously, if you know you want something for that long, go fucking get it. I've got a Final Cut Pro. It's fucking great actually. I used to use iMovie. I used iMovie for years, so it's like an upgraded version of iMovie. It's fucking class. Just finished my first edit. So I wasn't going to edit the videos, right? But I had these ideas in my head. I wanted to do like a intro for the videos, which is this. And yeah, I put it together. Like I had the idea, and then I've actually edited a bit like what the YouTube content makers do. I've never been a massive fan of it, but I understand why they do it, you know. So I've done it myself. I've not overdone it. I think some people overdo it, and it just fucks up a little bit. I've got to make sure there's still some spaces in there, but um, yeah, it's because I wasn't going to edit them because I've got 50 videos to do, right? But I think just making that extra effort. Well, for one, it gives me experience at video editing, so it'll give me vast experience. And two, it just brings a bit of professionalism and a bit of like, you got to do the colours and the intro and everything like that. I think it's going to make a massive difference to how well the channel does. So yeah, it took me actually all day to do the first video, but so it's going to take me longer, but it's going to be better quality, which is the best thing. So yeah. Anyway. So I want to talk about journals as well. My journals. So I've got like 3 journals that I've filled up completely. Or 2. Actually, I don't know how many. I think I've got 3, yeah. So 3 that I've completely filled up, right? And in each one, um I leave the essence of my old version of me I leave my essence in the book basically. So this is my 2020 book. It says journal created 1643. What the fuck? But it was done on the 16th of December 2020. There's a lot to read there. I'll read a few things out for you. So fear is an illusion. Today I faced my depression symptoms and overcame them, and it brought well-being. I must keep my foundation strong. We must reverse technology and go back to our roots. No one gets it right, but the ones that try suffer less. Sending this powerful positive energy to my future self. I got your back forever. So doing shit like that, if you write to yourself. I've got some coins here. These are European coins. I always make sure that where I go to a different country, I stick money in. I've got some English coin in there. 20 notes. Whoop, 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 whoop. And people would say, oh, why don't you spend it? Why don't you spend it? But there'll be one day, right, when this cash does not exist. I'm not collecting it maybe for value, but it could become valuable, but it's not the point. It's like, that is actually, it's part of history. It's a piece of history. This whole journal's a piece of history. I swear, I'd be fucking gutted if I lost my journals or if anything happened to my journals, man. But I do all my planning here. This is This is what Goda. She's an artist. Go check her out. Goda. I don't know if you'll be able to find her. I don't know what her actual thing is, but she drew this. She drew me. She's an amazing girl. I've not spoken to her in a while. Goda. Goda. Don't forget to smile. Gorillas app. So this is from work. I used to work for a place called Gorillas Company. And they used to put this in every order, every grocery order, yeah. I used to drop groceries off on electric bikes. And that was written, that was one of the first ones, man. Those are fucking great times when I think of it, man. That job was fucking sick, man. So I can see, if we look here, we can see all my planning shit. So this is when I was going from Holland to Switzerland. The thinking that I did. So if we see this, Switzerland, Italy, Greece, tick when done. The thing is with this, it's like I don't want to fail this. I don't want to change my plans. You know what I mean? But I can tick Switzerland now because that's done. So I've got Italy and Greece next. You see Switzerland booked. So you can see the tasks that I had to do. Ring the landlord. So that was to get rid of the rent. That was to hand in my resignation, like quit my job, and travel needs to be arranged. So pressure time zone. So it was there was a lot of pressure at the time. I call it the pressure time zone. I call it the pressure time zone. So you go through it when you're making plans and you're about to travel, but you might not go through it. You might go through it. It depends, you know, how you do it. But the way I do it, right. So if I'm committing to go somewhere, yeah. First, I book the flight, right? So I've got a timeline, and then within that time, I do everything else. Or maybe not the flight. With Switzerland, obviously, I wasn't flying. With Switzerland, it was the accommodation first. All right, but with Holland, when I was going from UK to Holland, I booked the flight first. So I basically say this is the date, yeah. So I give myself a date, yeah, and then within that time. So for Holland, I gave myself a month, yeah. I had a month to sell my car. I had a month to sell everything and to pack everything, and I needed that month, right? Switzerland, I had a week. I gave myself 1 week because I had to do it in that month before paying the next rent and before going back to work for another month. I had to do it then. I had no choice, so I had 1 week, maybe a bit longer, 9 days I think it was. Pressure it was, yeah, it was a lot of pressure. So see, I was thinking about e-bikes, financial issues. I was in a bit of financial struggle. Thinking about, do I lease a bike? Do I continue to rent my bike? These are all the thoughts, the ideas. So stuff that I don't want, sell or give it away. Oh yeah, and I did. I sold a lot of my stuff, so I was just chucking everything on Facebook, and it was just selling. People coming and picking shit up. Hardly any time to plan. So like here I'm saying like make money in Switzerland. How do I make money in Switzerland? Laptop needed. There's the laptop that I got. Planning pressure. So we can see here rose and resignation done. So by then I'd quit my job and rang the landlord. So got a cheeky drawing there. Laptop. I didn't want to rush and get the laptop. I was going to get a laptop in Amsterdam before I went, yeah. And they were expensive. They cost more, and they didn't have as good specs. So I ended up buying a laptop from America and shipping it to the address that I was going to when I wasn't even there in Switzerland yet. So that was mad. So here's the bike ideas. Finance. I didn't end up getting it on finance. I ended up actually buying it. You can see I'm like having a little thought thing. And yeah, it's just, I guess I want to show people it because you just gotta. It's quite simple shit, but it's mapping your thoughts out and just organizing what you're thinking. Um, okay. Dun 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 dun. Right, so here we can see a few things that I needed to do.